Well, in my endeavor to keep explaining that how these transits affect us and how these transits have a different connotation when they are in different houses. I have explained initially about Saturn, and I've explained about Jupiter, and now this time I'm going to explain to you all about Mars. How Mars, when it is transiting through the various 12 houses, what impact it has. And if you've been following my series, you would definitely know that all these houses are divided into four energies, that is, the fire, the earth, the water, and the air energy. So, similarly, when these planets are going through these various houses, they do tend to adopt the energies of that particular house. So Mars, which is actually known as a very fiery planet, it's a very aggressive planet. It's a planet that which wins wars. It is known as a warrior planet. It can be used constructively and it can be used destructively depending upon the person's or the individual's persona. But at the same time, since our body is also made out of these four elements, that is water, air, earth and fire, these elements tend to have or build the attitude within us. So when these planets come into a particular sign and coordinate with the elements of our body, we can use it constructively or destructively. And now when you all are seeing your chart, you have to see where your Mars planet is placed. More often than not, Mars and Venus is in and around your sun sign. So you could probably look into your chart and see which sign your planet is placed in the natal chart. So how your attitude is developed during that time, and then what is the transit showing, because the transits are always different. And then accordingly analyze it. But this is for your general explanation. You can't completely tune it into your life. So you must understand that when the planets are transiting the various houses, what do they demand of us? See, it's never a question of predictions. It's always, like, I maintain the fact that life is what you make it. So you have to learn how to create your own prophecies by understanding what the planets are demanding of us and how we are supposed to act in a particular way when a particular planet is in a particular house. So to start with, I will start Mars in the first house, that is Aries. And Aries, as we all know, is a fire sign. So you are able to stand your ground and assert yourself more clearly. And you have the energy at your disposal to move as fast as you can, but provided your goals are clear. You can't just move impulsively. You need to know that your goals are clear. So when Mars is transiting Aries, you are able to stand your ground and assert yourself more than usual during this transit. You have the energy at your disposal to move your plans forward, and you will be more enterprising and more creativity. So when Mars is in Aries, don't shy away. You don't require reiteration from the other people to tell you whether your ideas are good or bad. Just go ahead if you're convinced and launch your ideas and put them into action. You need to leave your mark on the world in some way, however big or small. So remember, my friends, that we are all destined to leave a mark on this earth in whichever way we can, whether it is small or whether it is big. So do not shy away, especially when your Mars is transiting Aries. Though I am talking about the Mars transit in 12 signs, I am going sequentially by first house, second house, third house, but you need to see where your Mars is placed, and then according to the transits, you need to work with your actions. But if an individual's Mars is transiting the house sign of Aries, which is a fire sign, This is how you need to do. You need to put your ideas into action. You need to be self-assertive. You need to be confident, and you need to be convinced that whatever you're thinking is right, and you need to put it into action. So however big or small, you will be able to make an expression more than usual. If circumstances are such that you cannot, then be a fighter. Be aggressive. In fact, you may be somewhat combative under this transit and under this influence, and may experience spurts of short temper. But remember, anger, if it is destructive, is also constructive. So rather than being angry at the circumstances around you, it's very important for you to note that be angry on yourself and be assertive. So these short spurts of temper will help you become more aggressive in life, and you'll be able to become more confident. Avoid being pushy. You cannot push other people. Just because you want to lay down your rules and lay down your actions does not mean that you have to push other people out of your way. You have to be self-motivated. You have to be convinced that this is what you want, this is how you want, and this is how you will get it. Take charge of your life, but don't bulldoze over others in the process. This is an excellent transit for assertiveness and your physical vitality. In fact, under this influences, chances are that you may find yourself completely healthy, and you may also find yourself doing things the way you want them to be done. So be assertive without bulldozing other people. This is an excellent transit for assertiveness and your physical health. Your love affairs may also be stepped up during this period. So see, when the Mars is transiting the Aries sign or the fire sign, you will realize that you have become more aware of the surroundings around you. You've become more aware of the needs around you. And the most important, though we say money is not everything in life, yet it holds substantial importance. So when you become secure monetarily, because you are working hard towards making your finances, so the finances influx will be there, your honey starts becoming more sweet. So money and honey go together. You first concentrate on your health, you work hard towards making your wealth, and then you can accelerate your love life also. So when Mars is transiting Aries, love affairs may also be stepped up during this period, on the rare occasion when an accident occurs. Now when Mars is in a fire sign, a person is always in a hurry. You know, the short temper burst, the aggressive attitude. So at times we tend to become absent-minded, and accidents can happen, and it is more likely that you will fall head on because you are not seeing where you are going or what you are going, so you may trip over. So this is the time where you need to be careful, you need to be calm, you need to be patient, yet assertive. The transit of Mars takes 23 months to travel in all the zodiac signs. Basically, when you will look into your own chart, you will realize where the transit is, because the almanac does gives us all the dates. But just to give a clue to my clients, you must know that from January to March 9th, Mars is transiting Aries. And from March 10th onwards, it's transiting Taurus. So probably then further on, if you want to know how it is, you can divide these 23 months and you will realize where the Mars is transiting.